Let's talk about the silver tsunami. Let's talk about Redfin's release of interesting data about new listings. We can talk about what the Fed is saying about rates, what the CME Fed Watch tool is saying. Folks, it is March 2nd, Saturday, March 2nd. This is a surprise daily financial news because I have some interviews starting at 8 o'clock. So let's get into it. Let's first talk about Redfin. Redfin has released some data about new listings. Again, something we have talked about pretty regularly is please watch new listings. According to Redfin, I want to get this accurate. Let me read it. We have seen the biggest uptick in new listings in nearly 3 years, while buyers show some restraint. Again, it is very interesting to watch new listings and active inventory. Don't get confused. New listings and active inventory are very, very different metrics. What is going on with new listings? According to Redfin, over the last 4 weeks ending, I didn't put in my microphone. How silly of me. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll just go like this. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? I did not put in my microphone. Anyways, so 13 weeks year on year, 4 weeks ending February 25th. Active inventory is, however, flat. New listings up 13%. Active inventory is flat. Again, we need to watch this. The other thing that happened last week, again, week ending February 25th, is inventory showed a very slight uptick. They call it flat, but if you get into the details, it was up slightly. This is what we are going to have to watch. Rates at 7%. Do we have rate lock-in turning around? How would we know? Watch new listings. Do we have demand falling off a cliff? Watch active inventory. They are very different metrics. One is supply, one is demand. But we are going to see it. We are in the thick of the spring selling season. So let's watch this. And again, we need to watch weekly. By watching weekly, we can see early indications. I do, again, remember, when I look macro, all of you should be looking micro. What is your buy box? What is your metro? Maybe even what is your state? Because perhaps you are in Florida and the story is very different. According to Lance Lambert at Resi Club, it looks like Florida, if you watch that video talking about the top 40 markets, there are plenty of markets in Florida that don't look good, right? You got active inventory up 100%. You have inventory up and above 2019. Folks, those are not good metrics. In fact, those are metrics that Austin, Texas had last year, and you know what happened to Austin. So again, pay attention if you want to the macro, but look micro in your buy box. Now, folks, let's talk about the silver tsunami. The silver tsunami is a repeated, scary topic that the crash bros and doomers have said is coming to the housing market, and that the silver tsunami will be the reason that home prices crash. They've actually used this twice already, so they are not even original. But it looks like folks are starting to dissect this idiotic opinion. According to John Burns Real Estate Consulting and others, they have tackled the silver tsunami with data, not opinions, not feelings. According to John Burns Real Estate Consulting, the average baby boomer today is 67 years old. Given current life expectancy of a 67-year-old today is 21 years. Again, 67, 21 years of life left, according to John Burns Real Estate Consulting. The best you could hope for is additional listings in a decade. So if you want to hold on and wait for the silver tsunami to crest in 2034 or 2025, be my guest. This is pretty crazy. We've got some data from millennials. Millennials appear on the cusp of becoming the richest generation. How are the millennials going to become the richest generation? Well, folks, they are going to inherit the wealth. According to Knight Frank. There was a report about wealth from Knight Frank. I do not know who they are, but they put this out. According to Knight Frank, baby boomers are about to pass on $90 trillion. Folks, $90 trillion of wealth is about to be passed on, with much of that landing in the pockets of millennials. That is coming. Let's talk about the week ahead. We've got a lot of Fed speeches. It's going to be interesting to watch the Fed talk. Are they concerned about rates? What's going on with rates? Are they going to talk about rate cuts in the summer? For example, like Fed President Raphael Bostic. Fed President Raphael Bostic just said he had initially thought the first rate cut would be the end of 2024. However, he thinks due to the acceleration in inflation falling, that he could see a summertime rate cut. This is what I will be looking for. We got one Fed speech on Monday. We have two on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 2 more on Thursday, with one final on Friday. So lots of Fed speeches, lots of potentially market moving. We are going to see who the hawks and the doves are. In addition to that, we will get factory orders on Tuesday. What is going on in our nation's factories? We will start to get jobs data, jobs. This is the week for jobs. Is the job market finally cracking? We will first get on Wednesday ADP. Excuse me. Wow. ADP, which is private payrolls. We will also get the JOLTS report. Are we going to see a surprise uptick in job openings? Then on Thursday, we will get our weekly drumbeat of unemployment claims. Again, remember last week, surprise higher. We will see if that trend continues. And then the big number, the big number of the week will be Friday's jobs report from Labor Bureau of Economics. What is going on in our nation's job market? How many jobs were created and or lost? And more importantly, where are they in the economy? The unemployment rate and wages. Lots of data coming this week about jobs. What else do we got? We got Japan's factory order activity shrank at the fastest rate in 3 years. Folks, we are seeing nations go into recession. I believe a recession was called in Japan last week, and I think the UK and or Germany is on the cusp. So again, we are seeing the world economy slow down. The CME Fed Watch tool is currently pricing in a 70% chance of a June rate cut and 85% by July. It should be noted, if you haven't been following for a while, that this CME tool has been wrong. It feels like just yesterday that they were pricing in a March rate cut, which clearly is not happening. Something we should talk about, 7% interest rates. You've heard me say over the last couple of weeks that I hope we stay at 7%. I want the housing market to slow down. I want buyer behavior to stop being stupid. I do not like hearing about 100K over. I don't care about, releasing EMDs, waiving inspections. I hate bidding wars. A housing market where a large percent of housing goes into bidding wars is not a healthy market. We are seeing that 7% is bad. We learned 4 or 5 weeks ago that 6.5 is good. I do not want to see rates go to 6.5. I think it would release marginal demand and won't release marginal supply. So I hope rates stay at 7%. As an investor, I think 7% is good. Why do I say that? Well, first and foremost, 7% cost of capital is for everyone. So I also believe in positive cash flow. I believe in finding great deals. It means a slower market allows us to do the work and find and or create great deals. A market that is on fire like early January is not healthy. It's not good. A market that slows down, where investors can find motivated sellers, is a good market. Folks, if you haven't learned by now, great deals are found when you find a seller that becomes a don't wanter. They don't want it for whatever reason. That is where you create good deals. That is where you can structure seller financing, seller seconds, whatever it happens to be. A slower housing market is good. Change your mindset. It is good for us. By doing the work, you have a chance. In a market that is hot like January, it's not good. Only the people who have cash and relationships win. That is not most of us. Most of us need time. Most of us need to hunt for that one motivated seller. So at 7%, it appears we are having the opportunity to do that. Lastly, a couple of things. I don't know if you've seen Bitcoin recently, but the ETF for Bitcoin has done something pretty crazy. The BlackRock, specifically BlackRock's ETF for Bitcoin has net inflows, I want to get this right, of $10 billion. $10 billion in only 7 weeks. Now, by me saying that, you probably don't understand how crazy that is. Well, let me give you the second fastest ETF to get to $10 billion. Folks, the gold ETF, GLD, gold ETF by BlackRock, it took 2 years to get to 10 billion. So clearly, we are seeing inflows into Bitcoin, which is clearly demand into a world where I think miners are releasing, 900 coins a day or something like that. So demand greater than new supply, kind of economics 101. And then lastly, folks, one of the things that I think is very important is I think more and more of us need to start thinking about building some content, starting a channel, building something around your passion, even if it's very slow. Having this channel, having this brand, one rental at a time, is a great joy for me. The community that is surrounding it, the activity has been amazing to watch. I think you can have that too, but don't wait. I saw a tweet this morning. I wish I could give credit to the viewer, the creator. I don't remember. I apologize. I think it was Ask Millionaire. I could be wrong. Steve Jobs passed away at 56. Kobe Bryant passed away at 41. Marilyn Monroe passed away at 36. And Jimi Hendrix was only 27. Folks, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. If you have a chance, if you're working a 9-to-5, a W-2 like most of you, do your thing. But take an opportunity. Take a little time each week to build something that you have passion around, a hobby, an interest. You can find a tribe. It's not even something that has to be monetized. But if you could put yourself out there, share what you love, you will create a community of others that love that also. And trust me, that brings joy. Folks, let's congratulate Mark. Mark, you got your next deal. Mark, your card will be going out in the mail today. I love sending these out, whether it's a black card for the next deal or a gold card for your first deal. Nothing better than sending these out and recognizing that you guys are doing the work. Also, don't forget that the Cash Flow Over Everything t-shirt, yes, the Cash Flow Over Everything t-shirt is only available in March. I will be taking it off my website March 31st or April 1st. So if you want that t-shirt, you only have a little bit less than a month to get it. Some of you have already picked it up. I think we have sold 4 or 5 of them in the last 2 or 3 days. Many of you have talked about wanting to get it. You have a very short time, and then I will release something else in April. Also, thank you to all those who have picked up the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. I appreciate you. We have given you the bonus sections. Don't forget to join the Facebook group and get amongst 2,000 other people doing the work, asking questions, networking. Folks, it is Saturday. This is a special day. Have a great day. Make some memories. And of course, do the work. Bye.